There was a time when the light of wisdom illuminated the world, but have you noticed? Something feels different now. Is it just the passage of time? Or are we the ones who have let the Dharma fade? But if the light is fading, can it still be rekindled? The decline of Dharma in Buddhism. What's really happening? Have you ever heard of the concept of the decline of Dharma in Buddhism? If you've studied Buddhist teachings, you've likely come across this term at least once. But what does it actually mean? And more importantly, how does it affect our lives? Today, we're going to dive deep into this topic. What is the decline of Dharma? In Buddhism, the decline of Dharma refers to a period when the teachings start to fade. People lose their proper practice, and moral values gradually disappear over time. This isn't unique to Buddhism. Most religions and philosophies go through cycles of rise and decline. Imagine a great fire. At first, it burns brightly, spreading light and warmth, but over time, if no fuel is added, the fire dims and eventually dies out. The decline of Dharma is when the light of enlightenment weakens, and the darkness of greed, anger, and ignorance begins to take over. But the real question is, how do we know if we are living in this period? The Buddha taught that when the decline of Dharma arrives, 5 signs will appear. Teachings become mere theory, people study scriptures but fail to practice them. Temples become grand, but true practitioners are few, appearance becomes more important than substance. People prioritize material wealth over morality. Success is measured by money and power rather than wisdom and virtue. False teachers rise. While true teachings fade, some exploit Buddhism for personal gain rather than guiding others on the right path. The world is filled with suffering, war, and disasters. Society becomes unstable, and human compassion erodes. Does this sound familiar? You might be thinking, this feels just like our world today. Exactly. Many believe that we are currently living in the decline of Dharma. But don't lose hope, there's still a way to change. The decline of Dharma in Buddhism. Where are we now? When people hear about the decline of Dharma, they often think it refers only to a Buddhist era. But in reality, it reflects the state of the entire world. It's a time when people lose faith, morality declines, and enlightenment seems out of reach. But what does it really mean? And are we truly living in this era? When teachings become just theory. According to Buddhist history, time is divided into 3 stages. True Dharma, 500 years, the Buddha's teachings are practiced correctly, leading to enlightenment. Semblance Dharma, 1.000 years after that, people still practice Buddhism, but mostly in form, with little true understanding. Decline of Dharma, after 1.500 years, the teachings are distorted. People seek Buddhism for personal gain, and society falls into chaos. Looking at today's reality, traditional moral values are being replaced by materialism. Many visit temples not for enlightenment but to seek luck and wealth. But more importantly, this phenomenon isn't limited to Buddhism alone. When morality is measured in money. In modern society, not just Buddhism, but all ethical systems are being tested. Technology is advancing rapidly, but has human compassion grown along with it? Science has proven that kindness and generosity reduce stress and increase lifespan. Yet ironically, as the world modernizes, people feel more isolated. In Christianity, Jesus taught, "Love your enemies," yet conflict and hatred are everywhere. In Taoism, people are encouraged to live in harmony with nature, yet the environment is being destroyed at an unprecedented rate. So, could it be that the decline of Dharma isn't just about Buddhism but the imbalance of humanity as a whole? The decline of Dharma, not just a Buddhist story. If you think only Buddhism speaks of a period of decline, you might be surprised to learn that almost every major religion and philosophy has a similar prophecy. Christianity speaks of the end times, when people lose faith in God, morality collapses, and the world faces its final trial. Taoism warns of the final fate. When humanity strays from nature, the earth is devastated, and the cosmic balance is disrupted. Hinduism describes Kali Yuga, the age of darkness, where people are ruled by desires and ignorance. And if we look at it from a scientific perspective, we see similar warning signs. Psychologists report that global anxiety and depression rates are higher than ever. Sociologists observe that despite better communication technology, people feel more disconnected. Environmental scientists warn that natural resources are being depleted at an alarming rate. Are we losing our morality? One crucial question remains. Are people today truly more ethical? We have more knowledge than ever. But do we have more wisdom? We can connect with millions in seconds. But do we truly understand each other? We can travel into space. But can we control our own minds? Society is obsessed with material success. But are we losing something far more valuable, inner peace? What can we do? How to reverse the decline of Dharma? Even though the decline of Dharma is a period of decay, the Buddha also taught that everything is impermanent, including this decline. If people awaken, things can change. Here are 3 things each of us can do right now. Practice. Don't just preach. Learn and apply the teachings correctly. Buddhism isn't just about rituals or prayers, it's a way of living. The Buddha said, "Don't believe my words, experience them for yourself." If you want to understand Buddhism, apply it to your life. Return to core values. Instead of chasing material wealth, focus on kindness, compassion, and sincerity. True wealth is inner peace, not possessions. Find peace in a chaotic world. Science proves that meditation reduces stress, improves focus, and increases happiness. Just 10 minutes of daily mindfulness can help you reconnect with yourself. In times of decline, the key is not fear, but keeping the flame of wisdom alive. Bridging spirituality and modern knowledge. Buddhism doesn't contradict science. In fact, many modern discoveries about consciousness, energy, and the universe align with what the Buddha taught over 2,500 years ago. What's important is combining spirituality with scientific understanding, so we don't fall into blind faith or extremism. Even a small act of kindness or a sincere word can guide someone toward the right path. And most importantly, remember that the decline of Dharma is not an unchangeable prophecy. It's a wake-up call for us to take action. A final question: is this just a cycle? History has witnessed the rise and fall of many civilizations. Ancient Egypt was once glorious, then disappeared. The Roman Empire dominated the world, then crumbled. Dynasties flourished, then faded into history. So, is the decline of Buddhism simply another natural cycle? And if so, how can we escape it? Let's explore that in the next video. The decline of Dharma isn't a doomsday prophecy. It's a reminder for us to reflect on ourselves. Are we truly living by the values we cherish? Perhaps the real question isn't, are we in the decline of Dharma? But rather, what will we do about it?